Hey, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a state of the market video. Today is July 13th, 2024. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, thank you all for watching the video. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You could also find me on X at AlphaCharts365, sharing stuff all week long. Um, what else? I have a subscription service. It's $10 a month. It is really it gives you the quality of a full-scale service, but really at a discount price of only $10. So check it out. It's month to month, really inexpensive. And again, we say keep you engaged all week long. So it's at Alpha Charge 365. Click on subscribe. Okay, getting into the videos. Let's start with the SPY. Really interesting week, because we had, kind of a decent dip on Thursday, and Friday, just kind of a comeback. So we could just see just a little bit of volatility coming in right over here, right? That's where I read this. Doesn't mean the market's got to go down, but just some volatility coming in. So something just to kind of take note of, right? Um, check on the stops, things of that nature. For the week, it was up. The market was up. If my, I've been having internet problems all week long. Let's see if I can just refresh that, go to the weekly chart, and there we go. All right. Up 1% for the week. That's always good. You can see how, we're kind of a little extended from the 9-week moving average, roughly the 50-day. And you see how it likes to not be kept that extended. So we'll see. Maybe we get a little pullback. I don't know. On the RSP, which is the equal weighted, we saw a 3%. So now, we talked about the divergence here, right? That was up 1%, but all along there's been a divergence. Look at RSP here. I mean, talk about divergence. That was up 3 times, 3%, and a breakout from this trend line. So I look at that as just a rotation into everything else. That's not mega cap, right? That's the way I read it. Really, really strong look to it. It's hard to be bearish when RSP is zooming higher like that. I think it's a great sign. Let's look at the daily. Again, you see how it kind of came up to the line, and then we had the follow through, which is really nice. So we've had 3 strong days in a row, and we're seeing all the moving averages really start to turn back up. Love to see that. Here's the Qs. Again, really hard day over here. Mega caps really getting hit. The weekly was actually down, right? We don't see that too often. Weekly was down 0.27, but the equal weights were up almost 1%. And when we look at it, I mean, this is your base, this is your breakout on the equal weighted Qs. Again, rotation into the small and mid cap areas. Yeah, that makes sense, right? That's what it looks like to me. So mega caps getting sold a little bit, and that rotation coming. There's your mid caps. They were up over 4% on the week, still kind of in this range, but here's your base, here's your kind of your breakout, your retesting, base on base, whatever you want to call this, high handle, right? But up for over 4% on the week for the mid caps. Again, if it and when it gets above this 560-ish area, that would be really, really nice. And then your small caps, again, big breakout on the week. Let's talk about that. 'Cause, I mean, that was up 6% on the week. So maybe, small caps are for real. Remember, this was just a giant base. Then you have this kind of consolidation. We said it could be an inverse head and shoulders here. Ended up, being that, whether you want to call it inverse head and shoulders or just a base, whatever you want to call this consolidation type thing. That's what it was, and it broke out. And again, all moving averages are now moving higher, and that's a positive, right? I mean, it's hard to be bearish in this environment. Now, what you pick and where you put your money to work, that's a different story, right? There's going to be winners and there's going to be losers. And we're seeing, to me, this is rotation. Talk about winners and losers. Banks started reporting on Friday, and XLF was up. I don't care about the individual names for this particular video. I care about XLF as a whole, and people were buying it on Friday. And on the week, it was up 2%. Again, outperformance. We love to see financials participating. They don't have to lead per se, but they do need to participate, I think. And again, there's your base kind of on base. A lot looks very similar to the mid caps and IWM, a lot of the equal weighted type of charts. Um, it's not equal weighted. Here's your SMH on the week. It was up almost 2%. So that's a positive. You have XSD, which is the equal weighted semis, up 4%. Again, rotation out of the mega cap and large cap semis, and it may be into a broader semiconductor basket of stuff. And that's what we're seeing here. Big move there. Transports, they were making us nervous when these things happen. So again, I'm saying on the weekly chart here. Uh, they were up 1.65, and we'll go to the daily here, and you see how it's now above all the moving averages. They're starting to realign bullish, and there's room to the upside here, which is positive, meaning I think the transports have to at least participate. They need to stop going down, and they stopped going down here. And now they're starting to go back up, it seems like. We'll see if that continues. But again, a positive development. XTN is the equal weighted. Also, same thing. And when we go to the weekly, just a big, almost 3% week for them. So that looks really good. Housing up big time, up 11%. 11%. Broke this downtrend line that I drew there. It looks very similar to was it RSP or was it RSP? No, which one was it? I forget which one it was. Anyway, it looks like similar to one of the other ones, where it's breaking out of this trend line. Looks really good. Hard to be bearish when you see an 11% move in home construction. And let's look at XHB. That was up almost 11% as well. And again, hard to be bearish when you're seeing moves like this. We get tight reversals. Well, that's a different story, but we don't have that. We have everything is participating, everything is moving up. A broad swath of the market moved up together, and I think that's what we're seeing, right? I think we're seeing a lot of breadth expansion. That's what we're seeing. Yeah, I go into all the internals. I go into focus lists and watch lists and annotated charts with setups, all for my subscribers. If you're interested in stuff like that, it's only $10 a month, and it's month to month, meaning it's not for you. You cancel after a month, no big deal. But go ahead and go to Alpha Charts 365, click on subscribe, and check it out. I think you'll like it. Have a great week.